Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to show you a few little bits that I got from Festool this week. And these came out, I guess, with their new Impact. And it's these three little kits right here. And I went ahead and wrote the prices on the back so I could give you an idea of what they've run. This one right here is kind of the normal little Impact set. It's got the Impact, the connector for the bits, but it's just magnetic, you know, and they just pop in there. So we'll go ahead and open these as we go, and I'll show you kind of what's in there. This little set right here is $20, at least here in the US. So most of you probably already got something like this because this is based on their little twin boxes that have the little belt clip there on the side. So you just pop out these little single bits and they go right in here, you know. So you can fit like the little bit adapters that come in a box of screws typically. That's the little ones that'll pop right in there. So for 20 bucks, it's not too bad. These here slide right on your pocket, you know, if you want to carry them that way. And you can just kind of load it up with the bits that you specifically want. And this has got, these are all Impact rated, and they do have Impact right on them. Impact Plus is what they're called. And so you have Phillips 2, and it looks like probably here a Phillips 3. Yeah, Phillips 3, and then 3 sizes of, not GRK, I use GRK screws primarily, but Torx. 3 sizes of Torx. There's a T25, which is super common. Drives almost everything I do. A TX30. And, wow, there's a nice little surprise, I bet you. A number 2 square driver, Robertson, depending on where you're at in the world. Anyway, so a number 2 Robertson's actually fairly handy to have in a little pack like this because that is what you... Sorry about that. That's what you use for pocket screws, like Craig pocket screws. So the T30, I don't know. I don't run a lot of T30 stuff. So, I don't know, I'd probably swap that out for a T15 or a T10 for my little trim screws. And also the Phillips 3 I don't use a lot of either. But the other ones, there's 3 bits out of 5 that I use every day. So, not a bad little set for 20 bucks there, especially being that it comes with the BH52 Impact rated connector for them. So, I believe that by itself is decent price. So, that's that little $20 set. And then they have a little bit nicer set here, the Impact Sort 4, but this one has the new connector style, and you can tell, I believe, from the price. But both Impact rated, all the bits are Impact rated, but this is $38. This is literally almost double what the one we just looked at is. So anyway, that's going to be the one that has the Rapid Connect here. So you have, I believe, the exact same bit lineup. So you still have Phillips 2, Phillips 3, T30, T25, and Robertson 2. So the difference being, this is more of a lock-in situation. You don't have bits that can come out. They actually snap in, and then you have to push it forward to take them out. And yeah, they just press in and lock, and then they won't come out. So where with the other one, you know, if you're using some cheaper screws and they've got the different size heads occasionally, or even nice screws, you know, like a GRK where the tolerances are too tight in the head, you finish driving your screw and you pull back, you go to drive your next screw and you don't have your bit anymore because it's still stuck in the last screw. This eliminates that, but at a cost of about $18 more than the other kit. So that's a fairly pricey little upgrade there. But the retaining ring snaps forward to release, and then I guess you just leave it forward and just press your next one in. So not a bad little design there. Just pull it forward first. Pull the green ring forward first. When you want to take it out, pull forward, and then your bit will come out. When you go back in, you just press your bit in and it'll snap back down into place. So, I don't know. I like that. Really, this is the one that I got because I'll use it the most for an adapter. I really like the positive lock-in. But the other thing is, you get twin boxes this way, which is what they're called. I don't know why you only buy them one at a time, but they're still called twin boxes. These boxes actually snap together back to back. So they're identical though, so you'd want to get some different bits set up in those. But that way you have 2 sets, you know, for your pockets. If you have common ones you use, you clip these on the back of your seat in your truck or whatever, and be all set that way. Now, the third little set that they had that's new is this one that's kind of like a half moon shape. And it's $1 more than the last one. It's actually $39, but in here you don't get a bit adapter. These are bits that you won't need an adapter to use. These are just good to go, and probably the most common style bit that I use with an impact. So, see if these actually flip up. Hey, yeah they do. So, these flip up, but they don't actually stand up, so you just kind of have more like a pocket pouch. So you flip it forward. Who's willing to bet these are almost the same as the last? The only difference I see so far is there's 6 of these, so it looks like there might be 1 extra Torx. And there's our normal T30. I see a T20 and a T25. So we have Phillips 2, Phillips 3, T20, T25, T30, and Robertson 2. So almost the same lineup you have in the other twin boxes. The only difference is the addition of the T20, which is usually used on just a little bit shorter of a decking screw. Something, you know, when you go below about a 2 1/8 GRK, sometimes the 2-inch ones and smaller will run a T20 until you get down into the little trim screws that go to T15. But this is a neat little kit here for these, and obviously where your normal little bits, you have to pop this one in like that to use. This, obviously, these bits all work without adding anything with them. So you can just pop your bits right in like you normally would, and you have a nice short little connection there. So anyway, you might be curious about why I have all this stuff set up here on the table. Well, I'm about to do a video comparing these 3 impacts. So that's going to be probably the next video that I upload. I wanted to cover these a little more, so I went ahead and picked up some big GRKs. I've got some 3/8 by 12 inches. These run off of a T50. Then I got some T30 driven 5/16 by 6 inch. And I believe these are 3/8 by 8 inch. So, and then I grabbed some lags too. So we'll get some drivers on these. We'll be shooting another video. We're going to run through. They all are going to have 4 amp hour batteries on them. The only one that really has a disadvantage here is the Milwaukee. And the reason I wanted to put that one in anyway is it is right up there with my absolute favorite impact I've ever owned. I grabbed this more than this still, because when I don't put a 4 amp hour in here and I just run a 2, it's just such a tiny, nice little impact. And so quiet because this is the Surge version. But anyway, time's going to tell on the bits. I want to see how they hold up. Most of what I've run now are the Makita Golds. I've mentioned them in videos before, but those Makita Golds are just amazing bits. I've got them pretty much in every unit here, obviously. That's just my go-to bit, because I have my T25 tip out here, and all I have to do is flip it, and I have a Phillips 2 on the other end. And I bought several sets so I could do that. They're not cheap either, but I don't think they're any worse than Festool bits, so there's that. I did pick up some T30s, T40s and stuff to go ahead and be able to run these in case the Festool sets didn't have what I needed. But we're going to grab some more larger stock. I got a 2x12 here to run some into, but I want to be sure we can get some of these long lags run into these. But anyway, between the bits though, this right here I believe is probably your best value. This is the Sys CE Mini. This is the one that you can get right now, I think, for like $130. And that sounds ridiculous, and it kind of is, but it has a full run of these from a T10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40. Then it has Posi 1 and 2, Square 2, Phillips 1, 2, and 3. So they don't mess around with a lot of weird squares, but you do get 2 Posis that we don't use a lot in the US. And then loads of the little bits here, you know, these little deals like, you know, we use the adapters with. It also comes with the adapter here that is also a BH60 impact rated deal, and a spare Centrotech chuck for your drills. So underneath here you have a little more storage, and I've added a bunch of drill bits and other stuff too, but this up here is what it actually comes with, and you get these nice bits The only issue is these up here are all only going to work in a Centrotech chuck. These little ones down here would be able to work with your drills and everything. So for 130 bucks, that's not a bad little set. But I believe the only thing impact rated in that set is that holder that it comes with. So with that being said, everything that I showed in these little kits is actually impact rated. So if you've bought the new TID 18, 40, 80, about 100 bucks will get you all the options. But save yourself 20 bucks. You don't need to buy this one here. I didn't see anything wrong with it just because, you know, it's nice to have an extra one, but you do not need this one. If you buy this one here that has the nice green connector on it, this is literally the only one you need to get for your impact. And if you want to run normal size bits, these are fantastic, but you're 40 bucks for 6 bits there in a little flip container. So whatever you like, these really aren't that bad. But thank y'all for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see y'all on the next one.